Hello, my name is Tony Brink and I'm a sales director with Mary Kay, and I'm here to give you your tutorial for your Cruella DeVille part. And this is my darling assistant.
Hi, my name's Charlotte.
Charlotte plays one of the canine narrators in the show. So I'm going to show you how to do the Cruella DeVille along with the eyebrows. The eyebrows, I think, are really important and can be the most intimidating to do. So what we're going to start out with first is a clean, dry face. And if your darling has any dry spots, make sure they're moisturized. Lips, make sure they're moisturized because they won't look very good with makeup on them when they're dry. We're going to start with our foundation primer. I'm going to show you the products in real size. This is our Mary Kay foundation primer, and you're going to have it in a jar like this. Take your spatula, and I've misplaced my spatula, but take your spatula, scoop out some, and put it on your tray. All your products are going to go on your tray, so you're not putting your fingers in the products, contaminating them for the next time you go to use them. Okay, so we're going to, and then you can use your fingers on the tray because it doesn't matter. We're going to start with applying the foundation primer all over the face. This is going to help even out the skin. It acts like a nice canvas for all of the products to go on. It helps with making everything last really well. It's safe for the eyelids, so go ahead and put on the eyelids because we will be piling on the eyeshadow today, and so we want that to stay on really well. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our foundation, just the forehead and the eyes, because we need to get all that done in order to do the eyebrows and the eyelids. And then afterwards, we're going to put the foundation on underneath here. If we put foundation everywhere and then you work with this bright eyeshadow, you might get some flakes down here, and then it will be a mess to clean up over the foundation. So that's why I do it in sections. When I'm doing my own makeup, I don't do the foundation at all until I'm done with my eye area, and then I do my forehead and everything else. So we're going to start out with, take your little sponge. Now, if this foundation color that I've given you is not the correct color, just don't put it on, and I will apply a correct color if you don't have anything of your own at the show, because I will have my entire collection of foundation choices. I've made a decision based on a picture, and so I've made my best choice, and then if it's not correct, just obviously don't use it, and we'll go ahead and fix it when your darling gets to the show. So we're going to start out just dotting on. This is our Mary Kay CC cream. Just so that their skin looks nice and finished for the show, since we're putting on all this other makeup. It's obviously, our younger gals don't really need foundation. I'm fully aware of that. But we need to just make sure their skin looks nice and neat for the camera and everything. So I'm just going to put this on her eyelids. And this gives a nice base for the eyeshadows to stick. And these are tricks that you can do for yourself also. Okay, next we're going to do the eyebrows. And I've given you an eyebrow pencil, and it's important that it be fairly sharp. And what you're going to do is, your darling probably has lovely eyebrows, and we're going to follow the basic shape and then make them bigger. How you figure out where you want the arch to go is you're going to put the pencil at the corner of the nose and straight up through the iris of the eye, and that is about where the arch will go. So that's what we're going to aim for. What I like to do first is do one line, kind of outlining where I'm going, and then I like to do short little strokes going up like they were hairs. I'm going to pause for just a moment. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to do little strokes, just like little hairs, all the way across. And it's much easier in this whole process to put less on and add more than it is to take it away. So you can see that she's got some pretty big eyebrows now, and we can just fill those in, and then after we've got kind of her whole, I'm going to make it a little more archy right here. After we've got all her makeup on, we can decide if how we're liking it all. Oh yeah, that's much better. Another thing you can do is if, like I think the bottom is a little thick right here and I'd like to make it a little thinner in that area. So I'm going to take my oil-free eye makeup remover, shake it up. Looks like there's oil in it, but actually it's conditioners. It's wonderful, safe for your darling. I'm just going to take the end of a Q-tip and I'm going to put a little tiny bit on, and then I'm just going to go and draw the area I want to take away with my eye makeup remover. And now you can see I've got a really nice line also. Much better. I like that a lot better. So next for the other eye, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw kind of a straight line through here, aiming towards where I want the arch to be, and down. And remember, I can take it away. And then I'm going to just go straight up like they're little hairs. And this is how I would fill an eyebrow for any kind of eyebrow that I wanted to do. It doesn't have to be these giant eyebrows that we're looking for in Cruella. The more natural you look, the better, obviously, when you're doing your own. So I'm going to again take my Q-tip, little bit of eye makeup remover, close your eye, dear, and I'm just going to fix that right up. And again, if you're having problems with this, just leave them off and I'll fix them when you get to the show. It's not a big deal. I'll be at every performance backstage to help with our darling. So is that lovely or what? Those are some big eyebrows. Next, you're going to take your Mary Kay Amber Blaze eyeshadow. And if you have a brush like this, which is a flat, you can see it's a flat brush versus, versus a fluffy brush. Here's the flat brush. The flat brushes are better. You can also do this with a Q-tip, but if you have brushes, it works out nice. How you do the first layer of color is you're going to pat. If you go like this, it just fluffs the product everywhere and it doesn't really get on the brush. So we're going to pat it on and get a good amount of color on there. And now we're also going to pat it onto her eye. Go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to go from the lash line to about the crease. And we want a good amount of color because this is going to be seen, obviously, from stage and on camera. And the camera takes about 30% of your color away. So you need to add at least 30% more. And this is true for all photographs. You're getting married, anything like that. You need to add about 30% more color so you don't look washed out. And of course, we're going for the drama with Cruella today. So put as much as you can get on there. Pat, 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 pat. If you go this way, it's just going to fluff everywhere and not stay on the eye. So I'm going to do this eye. And this color, Amber Blaze, this is an awesome color for blue eyes. If you yourself have blue eyes, go ahead and try it if you know somebody that does. The oranges and goldens look great on blue eyes. I love this color. I have brown eyes. I use it all the time. I mix it with a little purple, which is fun. Okay, next I'm going to take my fluffy brush, which you can use a Q-tip, like I said, which is fine. And I'm just going to blend the edges just a little bit. And now I'm going to take my espresso. I've given you a sample of the espresso. You don't need much of this. The hardest part of this is getting the plastic off, so take it all the way off, otherwise it kind of sticks, it's staticky. And this one, with the fluffy brush, you're going to hold it straight up and down and just get a little bit on the tip. And what we're doing here is we're just going to get a crease going, close your eye, dear, right at the edge of the golden color. So I didn't get quite enough on, so I'm going to really get in there and get it on there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Much better. Okay, turn this way. My assistant Charlotte here loves makeup and she's always playing in my makeup, which is fun. She's really excited about being my model today. Okay, and then you're going to wipe your brush off, or if you have a clean brush, start with a clean brush. And we're just going to blend a little bit around the edges. Like I said, we want it pretty dramatic because of what we're doing, obviously. I made a little bit of a mess on this side, so I'm just going to take a clean Q-tip and wipe that a little bit down. Okay, next what we're going to go into is the cat eye. Now this can be a little tricky if you're not sure how to do it, but I promise you that you can do it with these little techniques. You're going to take your brush that I've given you, which is, it comes with our Mary Kay gel eyeliner, which is this, and you have it in a little black container. And so go ahead and put some on your tray, again using the spatula if you want to use this again, which you will be because you need to use it for your Dalmatian if you haven't already used it. You're going to put the tiniest little bit. What I do is I dip it in my tray, and then where there's no black, I kind of wipe it off a little bit. You can always get more. It is much harder to take it away than it is to add more. The key to a cat eye successfully is, number one, we're aiming towards the end of the eyebrow. And so I'm going to draw a line up to here, and then I'm going to start feeling in. So first I'm going to draw my line. See the line? And now I'm not going to start at the end of the line where I finish. I'm going to go in just a little bit. That's going to give us a more dramatic look. I need a little bit more color. I'm just going to keep it along the lash line. Turn this way just a little bit, sweetie. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And one thing I'd like people to know about doing your eyeliner is that, look how cute that is, your eyes are not going to be exactly the same because our eyes are not twins, they're sisters. Our eye shapes are not exactly the same, our eyebrow shapes are not exactly the same, so don't worry if you can't get it exact that it's going to, look off. Nobody can get it exact. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do the other eye. And again, I'm going to draw my line aiming towards the end of my eyebrow, and then I'm going to come down a little and start filling in. I need a little bit more right along the lash line. I didn't quite get it close enough, so I'm going to go ahead. And she's such a good model here. She never blinks her eyes or anything, which is great. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. Oh, lovely. I love it. And next what we'll do, make sure that you wipe off this brush in between applications because the gel eyeliner will dry hard and you won't be able to use it the next time. So go ahead and wash it with some soap and water. I like to use just whatever soap I have at my sink. It doesn't matter. Okay, next we're going to use our Mary Kay Ultimate Black Mascara, and I've given you a sample. And when you open it up, you'll see a nice little brush. If your darling is not used to mascara, just have them hold their eyes at half, and you can just kind of go on the top and the bottom. Just do your best. It's not going to be the end of the world if you can't get the mascara on. Charlotte loves mascara, and so she has beautiful long lashes. I think she got them from her dad. And this is a wet mascara, which means that it takes a little bit to dry. It's very luscious, and so you want to have them avoid opening their eyes right away. You get this top part on. The other thing you can do is, if they're old enough to do it themselves, is you wiggle the mascara one, and that's going to get mascara around the entire lash. Go ahead and go half. Open up just a little bit more, and you can curl their eyelashes too. That always looks nice. So we've gotten a little bit of mascara under her eye, which I thought would happen, and also a little bit of eyeshadow. So I'm going to take a Q-tip, or you could take a cotton pad with your eye makeup remover, shake it up a little bit. We're just going to use a little tiny bit. Go ahead and open your eyes and rub that off. Get off any of the gold You can also use this to fix the slant of your cat eye. I do this on myself all the time. A little bit harder to do it on yourself. So it's nice to have those little tips and tricks to figure it out. Okay, so next we're gonna finish applying the foundation. So we're gonna just go on the rest of her face. Dot, 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 blend, blend, blend. And this is just giving her a finished look, so she doesn't look like, oh, here's her eyeshadow and we've forgotten half of her face. And then I didn't have any bronzer samples to give you, so at the show I'm going to apply a little bit of bronzer to sculpt their cheeks. And if you have bronzer that you'd like to use, that's great too. And we're just going to sculpt right through here. Just gives them a more angled look. The next product we're going to use is our Mary Kay cream lipstick, and it's our really red. And so you have it in your little jar that you use for the Dalmatian tongue. And the easiest way to put it on, I think, is a synthetic brush, which if you want to wipe off the brush you use your eyeliner with, that would work also. Or you can use a Q-tip. And so we're just going to fill in the lips. And I just start at the top, kind of make the little points here. Remember, it does not have to be perfect, and I'll have everything for touch-ups at the performance. Obviously, red lipstick can be challenging to stay on, especially for our darlings that aren't used to wearing lipstick. If you've put some moisturizer on their lips prior to this, just take a tissue and blot it a little bit so it's not super glossy, because then the red's gonna find its way to the rest of the face. Okay, this side needs a little help right here. I'm just filling that in. And then what you can do if you've made a mistake is, again, your eye makeup remover. Look at me. I just like to make the edges really crisp. Oops, got a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and smile, Cruella, like that. Okay, I love it. So here we have our Cruella de Vil. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. One thing I want to share with you is how to remove the eye makeup, because the gel eyeliner is waterproof, and so you're not going to be able to just use soap and water on it, which is why I've given you your eye makeup remover in the little form. So you're just going to take a cotton pad. I'm not going to do it on her. I did it on camera for Dalmatians. It was a little bit messy without my sink. So we're going to put a little bit on and wipe down and get all the makeup off that you can. And then you're going to use, if you'd like, your Botanicals cleansing cloth. Get it wet and it will get nice and sudsy. Wash their face. You can also use the eye makeup remover for the lips. And then after you've applied the soap, and then you can rinse it off with a washcloth, and they'll be good to go. Okay, so we're very excited to see you all at the performance, and like I said, I'll be backstage to help with makeup prior to all the performances. So if anything is not going your way, I will help you. All right, we'll see you then.